to medicate me every day. They could have just switched the medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue. Every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth.
How can someone go from looking like this to this within a short period of time?
Wendy, how you doing?
Hi, very well, thanks.
That's good. Any new projects you're working on now that your show's over?
Oh, excuse me. I love Morton Ira, and we bowed out gracefully.
I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killers.
Kanye West was right all along. And guess what? Who was on the receiving end of the attack by the Hollywood elite? None other than the notorious queen of gossip herself, Wendy Williams. And let's not forget that Kanye West has been sounding the alarm about the dangers of the entertainment industry for years now, and it looks like he was spot on with his warnings. Could this be the beginning of a revolution in Hollywood? Let's find out. Until last year, Wendy Williams was a household name in America thanks to the Wendy Williams talk show. Be it celebrity gossip or Wendy's unfiltered, honest opinion about anyone, the show was definitely a treat to watch. Unfortunately, last year, Wendy became too unwell physically and mentally to carry on with the show. Well, the talk show host has been very open about her medical hazards, including her battle with Graves' disease, lymphedema, and vertigo. She was so sick that she could barely walk without someone's help. Her most iconic reply regarding her medical conditions was back in 2018, as she said, "Stop asking me why I wear sneakers. I have lymphedema. Stop asking me why my eyes bulge. I've got Graves' disease. Stop asking me like dumb mess. Can we connect on a more cerebral level?" Aside from her medical reasons, the TV show star's alcohol addiction is also an open secret in the entertainment industry. According to rumors, her substance abuse would have worsened if her talk show's production company, Debmar Mercury, would have acted reasonably. So Wendy Williams checked back into rehab for about 2 months to treat her substance abuse issues amid her fallout with the production company.
Please let me have access to my money. This is not right. And again, this is not fair.
I found out that my money was I don't want to talk too much about that, but let's just say I know what kind of money I have. Unfortunately, I only have $2 and nothing else.
There's been signs of some worsening mental crisis for a while, but Wendy continued to put up a brave front and even sought the help she needed because there was concern about Williams' mental health and alleged alcoholism following the divorce. She went to rehab for 2 months in Malibu, California to treat severe alcoholism. The former radio personality denied having issues with alcohol and said she was living a sober lifestyle, although there were several times she was allegedly intoxicated in public.
She lost her show. She lost access to her finances, even lost her mind. Yes, her bank called her an incapacitated person.
But why is Wendy Williams looking like this even after dealing with her condition? Fans are also pouring their hearts out looking at Wendy's condition. One of them commented, "Man, I ain't never been a Wendy Williams fan, but to see her like this is sad. I mean, I really feel sad for her." But Kanye West said, "The people like some Hollywood elite that we keep close and entrust with our money and health are not really here to help us, but to get rid of us, our money and our voices." And not only that, the same thing has happened and is still happening to so many people in Hollywood. People always call Kanye crazy, but what if he was right all along? If you don't know, Kanye also suffered from the suspicious underhanded methods.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. When I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right?
Fortunately enough, Kanye was too smart to know these tactics and got away from what is happening.
You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music though.
Remember when Kanye said that the industry is killing people as sacrifices and no one believed him and called him crazy? Well, now what do you think?
You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
People also believe in Kanye's words and claim that he's telling the truth, saying he is not crazy. Wealthy people do this very often. Convince the world someone is crazy and medicate the person to the point they are powerless. It's real. It really does happen. Another added, "I've never doubted Kanye up to this day. I believe everything that comes out of his mouth." Dave Chappelle also has had some similar claims on the issue at hand. Let's hear him out.
I've been in show business since I was 14. They're trying to kill me. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
Well, he also knew about the tactics of these people who love to work from behind closed doors. That's why he straight away refused to take any suspicious medication.
So I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
Dave also pointed out that with Wendy and Kanye, there was another personality who was making millions.
Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. It's the fame. Couldn't stand the fame.
Yeah.
I love being famous.
Yeah.
But soon these people start calling her crazy. Fans also support Dave Chappelle's statement while commenting. Dave Chappelle has a theory about her and Martin Lawrence that she started to buck the system and was made to look crazy before she eventually ended. Dave further said, in fact, for him, he discovered that running away was the best way to detach himself from these evil people as they tried their best to squeeze the life out of him. Well, we all know what they do. Either they diagnose someone wrongly so that they get access to them and put them on the wrong medication. If that strategy doesn't work, they'll just call you crazy so that society writes you off, or do both. The issue has always been raised by Charlemagne The God in his interview with an industry insider. He asked the reason why the industry has been trying to recruit the artist and promoting substance addiction culture, and this was his response.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
It's opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
As you heard yourself, he is not least bit ashamed at his inhumane behavior. Well, Kanye has never stopped talking about the dark side of the music industry. Let's hear out his take as well.
Go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing.
He very explicitly states that the media is making money on the sacrifices of black people, and as a result of these fierce claims, the system canceled him. Public has huge respect for Kanye as he stood his ground against his cruelty. You might not believe it, but the beloved celebrity trainer Harley Pasternak tried to control Kanye in many ways. But how could a personal trainer be able to control him? Well, Pasternak seems to have an interesting background as he has professional military training in mind control. Kanye exposed him by leaking his abusive text messages on Twitter. Pasternak's messages read, "I'm going to help you one of couple ways. First, you and I sit down, have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based on facts and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again where they medicate the crap out of you and you go to zombie land forever. Play date with kids just won't be the same."
The truth is this, a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex.
Kanye's fears aren't unfounded. Black artists and rappers keep getting murdered violently right, left, and center. It's stupid to believe that it has nothing to do with the culture being promoted through their music.
But those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours.
And the ones responsible for it are their record labels that are pushing young black men into violence and drugs so that they can make money off of it.
The red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. Also misogynistic.
Kanye seems to be the only one brave enough to talk about how the media is making money off by putting black rappers at risk. Despite countless murders and deaths of artists, violence is still being promoted through black music. But for all we know, rap isn't just rhyming words and beats. But who is most affected by the harmful portrayal of black people in the media? Well, let us all tell you, it's the black community itself. And to make matters worse, record labels are actively encouraging this destructive behavior. When black artists rap about drugs and violence, it generates buzz and puts them in the spotlight, which is precisely what the labels want, exposure at any cost. But the consequences of the strategy go beyond just tarnishing the reputation of these artists. It also promotes the use of drugs and guns in the black community, perpetuating a vicious cycle of self-destruction. Well, it's time to question the ethics of the music industry and demand change for the betterment of all communities. And fortunately, people from inside the industry are finally speaking up. Let's see what Dame Dash has to say about black artists selling their souls to the labels.
I never do, I sign you, I own you. I don't do that. The mentality doesn't sound right.
People accepting that doesn't sound right. People being proud of that doesn't sound right.
For the longest time, black rappers and musicians have been associated with drugs and guns. Turns out all this was a ploy from their labels to put the lives of these artists in danger so that the companies could make the profits. Portraying black people as violent, crazy, misogynistic is rooted in racism that has been rampant in the world for decades. Black people have suffered violence at the hands of whites and fellow blacks, but still somehow are the only ones seen as dangerous. Things are finally getting better, and people are looking at black people as the victims of violence and finally looking at things from their perspective.
Look at it from a black perspective. It's a culture that feels that its wealth has been extracted by different groups.
It's about time people open their eyes to this dangerous agenda. Kanye isn't making crazy accusations anymore. Black artists are suffering and their lives are in constant danger. The only way to fix the problem is to remove the psychotic medication and violence culture from black music. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.